And here's a look at the latest numbers. The number of active cases in India as of 7 a.m. this morning, 1,411 active cases of coronavirus have been reported across the country. The death toll has also risen, unfortunately, to 47 this morning. Let's also break down for you the worst affected states in the country. It remains Kerala and Maharashtra. The active cases in Kerala at this point is 292 deaths have been reported due to coronavirus in the state. In Maharashtra, the number of active cases has risen to 252. 11 deaths have been reported in Maharashtra alone due to COVID-19. In the national capital, the number of cases has now risen to 112. 2 deaths have been reported. Remember, these are the latest figures that we're getting you as of 7 a.m. this morning. We are going to every hour get you the latest numbers. But for the moment, here's also a look at the top 5 developments on coronavirus from across the country. The Uttar Pradesh government claims that 95% of the people who participated in the religious congregation in Nizamuddin area of Delhi from the state have been identified. At least 157 people attended the event from Uttar Pradesh. Jharkhand reported its first confirmed case of COVID-19. A 22-year-old Malaysian woman who came to Ranchi on March 17th by train tested positive for the virus. Officials are on the hunt for all those who came in contact with her. The Indian Navy has provided 8 hand sanitizing units to the district administration of Kerala's Ernakulam. The Naval Ship Repair Yard in Kochi has prepared these units indigenously. The centre has roped in the ordnance factories to fight the war against coronavirus. The factories have stopped producing arms and ammunition and have switched to making protective clothing, masks and hand sanitizers. SpiceJet has initiated a 10 to 30% pay cut for all its employees across top and mid-rung levels due to the impact of COVID-19 on its operations. The airline's chairman and managing director Ajay Singh has also opted for a 30% pay cut in his March salary. Now, the Delhi police has cracked down against the Tablighi Jamaat after the coronavirus outbreak in the capital and other states. Delhi police registered a case against Nizamuddin Markaz's Amir Maulana Saad and his other associates under the Epidemic Disease Act for violating government directions regarding social distancing and holding gatherings. All the Tablighi Jamaat members staying at Nizamuddin Markaz are being currently screened. So far, 1,339 of them have been shifted to multiple quarantine facilities and hospitals. The test reports of 441 persons with symptoms are awaited. Remember, the Delhi government has 1,000 beds marked for coronavirus patients as of today, and the beds will be doubled by April 3rd. That's in 2 days from now. And my colleague Ankit Tyagi spoke earlier to the Delhi Health Minister Satyendra Jain on this crisis. Here's what he had to say.
Jain साहब, thank you so much for speaking to us. सबसे पहले मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा, फिलहाल ये जो तबलीगी जमात में इतने सारे लोगों को बाहर निकाला गया है, अभी क्या हो रहा है वहाँ पर? कितने लोगों को बाहर निकाल दिया गया है? आइसोलेशन में कितने लोग हैं? टेस्ट कितने लोगों का हो गया है? इसके बारे में अगर आप हमें कुछ जानकारी दे पाए।
देखिएगा, अभी जो तबलीग की जमात है, मस्जिद है, यहाँ से 1548 लोगों को अभी तक इवैक्यूएट किए गए। 3 बजे का स्टेटस है मेरे पास, उसके बाद लगातार चल रहा है, जिसमें से 441 को डिफरेंट हॉस्पिटल्स में रखा गया है और 1107 1107 लोगों को डिफरेंट क्वारंटाइन सेंटर्स में रखा गया है। अभी क्या हो रहा है कि थोड़ा समय इसलिए लग रहा है कि तो कई सारे लोगों की लैंग्वेज ना हिंदी आती है ना इंग्लिश आती है, तो हमारे डॉक्टर्स जब चेक कर रहे हैं तो बातचीत करने में समय थोड़ा सा लग रहा है। तो मुझे तो और अगले 2-3 घंटे में उसको शायद खाली हो जाएगा। अंदर कितने लोग बाकी हैं ये कहना बड़ा मुश्किल है, क्योंकि जो बाहर आ रहे हैं हमें उसका ही पता लग रहा है। फिर भी अंदाज़ा है कि 200-300 लोग और भी हो सकते हैं। तो कुल मिला के 1548 आ चुके हैं और 200-300 लोग और होंगे। मैं आपको ये बता देता हूँ, अभी तक दिल्ली के अंदर टोटल 97 पॉजिटिव केस दिल्ली में आए हैं, जिसमें से 24 जो लोग हैं वो इसी में से हैं, जो तबलीग वाले मस्जिद से 24 उसमें पॉजिटिव आ चुके हैं।
सो टोटल 97 में से 24 अभी तक यहीं के हैं। क्या जितने भी लोग यहां पर थे उन सबका टेस्ट कराया जाएगा कोविड-19 के लिए?
जी सबका कराया जाएगा। अभी देखिएगा शिफ्टिंग जो है ना, मेजर शिफ्टिंग मतलब 2 दिन से चल रही है, पर कल रात में और आज दोपहर तक मेजर शिफ्टिंग हुई है। तो उसमें से सबके टेस्ट लेकर अगले 2-3 दिन में सबकी रिपोर्ट आ जाएगी। और क्योंकि 24 लोगों की जो रिपोर्ट है पॉजिटिव आई, वो काफ़ी हाई नंबर है, तो लगता है कि काफ़ी लोगों की पॉजिटिव आ सकती है।
So that is a conversation that we had with the Delhi Health Minister. Let me take this across to Aishwarya Paliwal, who's joining us live this morning. Aishwarya, good morning. You've been getting us the latest details from yesterday on what really is happening in the Nizamuddin area. We know that several people have in fact been identified, have been quarantined. Is that process going to continue today, or are the authorities confident that they've been able to identify so far in Delhi at least all those who attended the event?
Well, let me tell you, the evacuation process will take place today also, and yesterday also we saw how since morning till evening there were close to 50 DTC buses. Those buses were filled. There were people who were carrying their bags. All of them were then taken to hospitals and to different centers. The authorities as well as the police as well as doctors are still present there, making sure that they evacuate each person. The reason is that from here, a lot of people have moved to different states, and now across the states, there is a panic situation because authorities are trying to figure out who were the people who attended and who stayed, in fact, here for those particular days, because cases have now turned positive. We are also seeing how people have, in fact, died after testing positive for COVID-19, and the dots, in fact, join and they point towards this one building, which is why the authorities are taking extra precaution now.
Okay, and we'll be closely tracking what's happening in the Nizamuddin area, how the authorities are trying to ensure that every person who had any role at all to play in the Tablighi Jamaat is in fact immediately identified and quarantined based on whether they're showing symptoms of coronavirus or not. Aishwarya, thank you for joining us with all those details. India Today has also tracked down the Tablighi Jamaat trail, how thousands of people from across the world and also here in India took part in the event. Authorities are now tasked with the Herculean task of finding every single participant across the country. India's worst coronavirus nightmare is playing out. A religious congregation of over 3,000 people in the heart of the national capital has sent administrations from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Mumbai to Dibrugarh scrambling.
दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट ऑलरेडी उससे संबंधित केसेस के बारे में वहाँ जितने भी अगर कोई हमारे को सस्पेक्टेड सिम्टोमेटिक केसेस मिले हैं उनको अपने हेल्थ प्रोफाइलिंग करते हुए या तो उनको फैसिलिटी क्वारंटाइन या उनको अगर उनके सिम्टम्स थे तो उनको हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट कराकर और उनका सैंपल लेकर उसके लिए रिक्वायर्ड कोऑर्डिनेटेड एक्शन कर रही है.
The death of 6 people in Telangana, all of whom attended the Tablighi Jamaat event, first forced the sealing of Nizamuddin West in Delhi. 25 have tested positive in Delhi and over 100 are in quarantine.
From Kashmir to Andaman, it's the biggest drive that's now been initiated by agencies, by healthcare officials. So in Jammu and Kashmir, in 19 districts of Uttar Pradesh, in Karnataka, in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, in Tamil Nadu, even in Andaman Islands, now an effort is being made. The biggest ever contact tracing initiative in the country is currently underway.
The trail, however, is much, much bigger. The congregation was attended by 3,500 people from different parts of the country and the world. These participants then returned to their respective cities and came in contact with friends and family. 194 people from Telangana visited Nizamuddin, out of which so far 13 have tested positive. 6 deaths have also been reported in the state.
Both the state governments, their different departments, they are working together to isolate all these persons, as well as the close contacts of all these persons were also sent into home isolation, and if required, they are also being transferred to hospitals for quarantine.
The most number of participants were from Tamil Nadu. Over 500 people, mostly from Erode district, travelled to Delhi. These participants returned to the state along with some Thai nationals.
over 22 people have tested positive for the COVID-19 virus. Madurai, Salem, Coimbatore and Erode has emerged as a hotbed for the COVID-19 virus, with several people testing positive from there have a travel history to Delhi.
More than 100 people from Maharashtra visited Delhi for the Jamaat. The state is the worst hit by the virus.
Now it so turns out that this Jamaat has 4 markers in Mumbai. Authorities are now trying to find out whether anyone from these 4 locations in Mumbai had attended the congregation in the Nizamuddin area, or whether any people who attended the congregation had come to Mumbai or not.
Assam is on high alert as 216 locals have taken part in the religious congregation. The Chief Minister has appealed to all participants to come forward.
Assam Chief Minister Sarvanand Sonwal has made an appeal to the entire state, asking to identify those who have returned from the Hazrat Nizamuddin congregation in Delhi. The state authorities are also ensuring that every person who had travelled is being identified and brought into the quarantine state.
Authorities are now racing against time to track down the thousands who attended the Tablighi Jamaat and the thousands more they may have gotten in touch with. India is right now sitting on a ticking COVID time bomb. Gaurav Sawant, Ashish Pandey, Shalini Lobo, Sahil Joshi and Manogya Loiwal for India Today. Let's also get you the latest numbers that are coming in from Maharashtra, one of the worst affected states by COVID-19. It's increased by 72 now, the number of cases. It's the highest increase in a single day so far, and the total cases have crossed 300 in the state. So far, 11 COVID-19 patients have died in Maharashtra. But at the same time, 39 others have also been discharged after making a full recovery. The Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation demarcated a few areas that have a few cases of coronavirus as containment area. BMC has put up posters saying entry to the areas being restricted. These banners can be found in Bimbisar Nagar area of Goregaon East in Mumbai as well, where 8 buildings which house close to 2,000 residents have been declared as a containment area. In spite of the many restrictions like a curfew being imposed in Maharashtra, there were many residents who in fact were seen mingling in the neighborhood. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, on the other hand, said that the sudden jump in the number of patients was because of the number of testing facilities going up.
There have been some areas that have been declared as contaminated, and I am in one of them. This particular area is the Goregaon area, and here this particular building that you see behind me, that is the one that has been declared where COVID-19 3 patients have been found in one family. And since then, the sanitization of not just that particular building, but all these buildings that you see right here, all of them was done. There you can see it is written in very clear terms that this area has been declared as contaminated area as resident is found positive of coronavirus, and the entry to this area is restricted and violation of rules is punishable. Maintain social distancing, stay safe. So that's something that has been written across, although most of the residents are asked not to move out, but a little bit of leverage is given, and they are allowed to go in out for grocery shopping and whatever need be, they are allowed to go. No one is allowed to go inside. If there is any supply that is needed, the residents have to themselves walk up to the store and get it. It's not really available for anyone and everyone to walk into this place right now. Vidya in Mumbai for India Today.
And Divyesh is joining us live from Mumbai with the latest updates coming in from the Maximum City. Divyesh, very worrying the fact that the numbers are now surging not just in Mumbai but across Maharashtra. But the BMC is also doing all that it can. These containment areas, I understand, are essentially contaminated parts which they believe will in fact help in ensuring that the virus doesn't spread beyond these particular areas. But people who are also quarantined here who haven't tested positive for the virus, are they getting the necessary help from the authorities?
Akshita, I would like to add that this is a step further, going a step further than the lockdown, what BMC has been doing in Mumbai. Also, other municipal corporations like Kalyan Dombivli has done in the Dombivli East area. Total of 6 areas have been sealed where people staying in those areas are not allowed to venture out. Also, people coming from outside will not be allowed to enter inside. Police has been deployed at all the 6 locations, out of which 5 are in Mumbai, while 1 is Dombivli East. Dombivli East, there were around 5 cases. Similarly, there were around 8 cases in Prabhadevi. As Vidya pointed out, there were 3 cases in Bimbisar Nagar, Goregaon. There were another family that was found in Prabhadevi, Janta Colony, and similarly all the 6 areas there have been families, there have been large number of COVID positive patients who have been found, and this is a major step, this is an extreme step taken by the municipal authorities to contain the community spread of COVID-19 in those areas, within those areas, and also out of those areas. So Akshita, this step is a step further that the government authorities, municipal authorities are taking to contain the spread, which is a major challenge for all the authorities, so that the numbers could be contained, numbers could be stopped, as Maharashtra has already reached 302 positive COVID-19 positive cases. Akshita.
And this is a crisis like no other that the Uddhav Thackeray government is dealing with. At this point, they're saying that they do have things under control and they're taking a lot of steps to ensure that it doesn't spread beyond this, which is why beyond lockdown now you're seeing several areas being completely sealed off as well. Divyesh, thank you for joining us. Now, as India battles the deadly coronavirus, doctors and paramedics, who are our first line of defense, are still shockingly ill-equipped across the country. In Maharashtra and West Bengal, the doctors have been given raincoats while several clinics have been shut in Patna due to fear of the coronavirus spread.
Mumbai, the financial capital of India, has another face. Away from the glitz and lights, thousands live in slum, where families live a lifetime in a 10-by-10 room. These small tenements are now a big concern for authorities, as many people living in slum clusters in different parts of the metropolis have tested positive for coronavirus. Worli Kolivada is one such densely populated area. Over 7 people in Kolivada have tested positive, and none of them have any travel history. The colony has now been sealed.
Police has sealed this area. People are not allowed to move in and move out, and they are trying to control the spread. And if you have to go in this area, you will be aware and you can take precautions. At the same point of time, the reports of the spread of coronavirus in chawls and clusters is cause of concern, because it can then spread to other people also.
The concept of social distancing, even if understood well, is hard to practice in these areas.
वायरस बढ़ रहा है और इनको चलो हम लोग ये नहीं बोलते 2 घंटा सुबह लगाओ 2 घंटा शाम को लगाओ. आम आदमी को तकलीफ हो रहा है, बिल्डिंग में भी लोगों को तकलीफ हो रहा है. किस चीज से? सर ये बिल्डिंग में अंदर भी लगाते हैं ठंडा के. बिल्डिंग के अंदर आ जाते हैं. हाँ, तो दिक्कत हो रही है सर हमें भी.
With the number of cases rising, the BMC commissioner has now authorized use of empty residential buildings, hotels, dharamshalas, clubs, exhibition centers, colleges, marriage halls, banquet halls as quarantine centers. These vacant buildings will be used to isolate people who tested positive for COVID-19. With Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, the 21-day nationwide lockdown has hit several businesses across the nation, and in many states what we're seeing is milkmen pouring hundreds of litres of milk in ponds and drains.
Hundreds of litres of milk going down the drain. In many states, dairy farmers are throwing away milk in ponds and drains because they can't sell it. The milkmen of Nadia, Pulia and Burdwan in West Bengal say they are now unable to sell milk in cities as there is no transport available.
ট্রেন বন্ধর জন্য আমরা না যাওয়া প্রতিদিন আমাদের প্রায় 1000 কিলো দুধ এখানে ফেলা হচ্ছে। আমাদের বিচালি বর্ধমান থেকে যে বিচালি আসে সেই বিচালি না আসার জন্য, গাড়ি না আসার জন্য আমাদের এখানে গরু বাছুরও খাওয়াতে পারছি না আমরা।
West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has now allowed sweet shops to open from noon till 4 p.m. every day, bringing some relief to dairy farmers. In Belgavi, Karnataka, milkmen say it is not just the lack of transportation facilities. They say the lockdown has stopped all sale. There, a dairy farmer was seen pouring 1,500 liters of milk into the river. In Maharashtra too, milk farmers complain that there are no customers.
फिर अभी कोरोना आ गया पूरे देश में, हमारा दूध कोई भी नहीं लेके जाता। एक दिन दूध लेने आते हैं, 4 दिन नहीं आते हैं। फिर इस दूध को हम लोग सब गरीब लोगों में बांट देते हैं।
Government milk schemes have stopped buying milk from the farmers due to the lockdown.
हर दिन 4,500 लीटर दूध आता था और वो दूध अभी 15 दिन के बाद जो कोरोना वायरस की वजह से अभी वही दूध 8,000 तक बढ़ गया है। लेकिन हमारा जो वितरण है, जो अकोले में हम वितरण करते हैं, वो पहले जैसे है वो बढ़ा नहीं है। इसलिए जो हमारे पास दूध ज़्यादा बच रहा है, वो दूध का अभी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है कि वो दूध कहाँ भेजना है।
The managing director of Amul, R.S. Sodhi, admits that the lockdown has impacted the sale of milk, but was hopeful the situation will normalize eventually.
Selling first 3 days increased because of panic buying. We were selling around 15% more milk in the various cities. 3-4 days, this sale increased. But after 4 days, the sales dropped by 30%. There have been 3 reasons. One is closure of hotel, restaurants, and all chai shops. Secondly, that people who had done the panic buying, they reduced their purchase. And third was the people migration from the urban centers to the rural centers, so that consumption reduced.
But normalization depends on how long the lockdown lasts. Until then, the scenes of milk going down the drain may well continue. Bureau Report, India Today.
And it's because of this crisis that West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has now allowed sweet shops to open from noon to 4 p.m. every day. Now let's get you some voices from the ground in Kolkata about the kind of reactions that have come in from locals on Mamata's decision.
That 2 lakh litres of milk was being wasted per day. As a result of which, this industry, even after the lockdown ends, could have spiraled down. So this is a great measure by the government to prevent that and stop that from happening, while also giving relief to people like Shudeep. How do you look at this move by the government?
No, we are very thankful to the state government that they have taken this decision because too much of milk was getting wasted, and on the result, the small dairy would not have been fed the cattle, and the cattle would perish in 21 days. Actually, any point of time we have 150 varieties in our counter, but we have made only 10 to 15 varieties now.
For medics, for doctors, for police, for every essential worker, all of this is actually free. So that is the step that has been taken here. Now you tell me what you want.
So I want Doordarshan. Why? Because this is Doordarshan made about it, and you have got all Mahabharata and Ramayana that is being broadcast, reminding me of my childhood days, and the sweet will add to the sweetness of it. But when you talk to these people who are queued up here, now we'll give you an idea on the number of people. अभी क्या-क्या मिठाई का ऑर्डर मिल रहा है, किस घंटे के हिसाब से कितना मिल रहा है?
अभी बहुत कम ऑर्डर आ रहा है, पहले से बहुत वॉल्यूम कम किया है, ठीक है, और बहुत रेस्टोरेंट भी बंद है, आदमी इंसान भी ऑर्डर करने में डर रहा है.
For all our colleagues in Delhi, not a vicarious pleasure. Virtually, we will send you the Rasgulla. I'll have my baked Rasgulla because I'll be healthy. Manogya can indulge herself to anything, and virtually we will send it to you as well.
I'm glad that sweets are coming to the platter again, and not just with Mishti Doi and my favorite Chom Chom. Thank you for watching. With camera person Shyam Sundar Ghosh, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
On Indian Railways will modify 20,000 train coaches into isolation wards due to the rising cases of COVID-19 across the country. These coaches can accommodate up to 3.2 lakh beds. One coach is expected to have 16 beds for isolation. Only non-AC ICF sleeper coaches are being planned to be utilized for conversion into isolation coaches. For the insulation of these coaches, bamboo mats will be affixed on roof and each side of the coach, above and below windows, to shield the effect of the heat inside coach. 5 railway zones will be a part of this unique initiative. And with that update, it's a wrap on this edition of the Bulletin. For all the top headlines of the day and the latest that you need to know on the coronavirus crisis, you can log on to our website, indiatoday.in. Do also download the India Today app. We do hope you're staying home and staying safe.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.